Write it down there.
So we're going to switch leads here with switching leads
Very
conversation.
good.
Now you two.
I like that, Mike.
Yeah, good.
How long you practice that for?
25 years. So you two you guys had a little powwow, started talking about horses switching leads, how important it is, and you're going to give the people at home an example of this.
Yeah, we will in a second. We just need to set it up, what that actually entails. And from a trainer standpoint, it's something that you focus in early on in a horse's career to teach them to switch leads. What is switching leads? I'll keep it very simple. Down the straightaways, you want the horse to lead with the right front. On the turns, you want to lead the horse with the horse needs to lead with the left front. And the reason for that is because if they run the whole race on one leg, they're going to get muscle fatigue. They get tired. So the analogy before we get into the video is, if I was walking through the airport, say from my car to the check-in, and I just carried the suitcase in one hand the whole way, and you were next to me, Mike, and about halfway you switched that suitcase to your left hand, one, you would probably get there quicker than me, and two, you would feel less fatigue. What if we had a hopping race for 50 yards, and you just hopped on one leg, halfway I switched to the other leg? I would probably win because you would be tired. So that's the premise behind switching leads. So Joe's going to explain a rider has a lot to do with making a horse switch leads.
So show us how you can make a horse switch leads and what you need to do.
So these videos that Simon picked out are gonna be really, really good to show everybody. But so basically when you're like, let's say I run a turn, when they're in their left lead, when you come off the apex of the turn, we've seen so many workouts that the horse just naturally switches over. If they don't want to switch, you want to use your left rein here and kind of pull them a little bit. You can't, the Equicizer, his neck won't bow, but you kind of want to make their neck lean a little bit, and that'll pop their right shoulder out, and then they'll be able to switch. But normally, we just kind of do that with our rein. Sometimes it's hard to, a lot of jockeys do it so smoothly, you don't even see it, but there's a couple videos that we're going to show you guys that you could actually see them, the way they do it, to able to pop them out and
let's
switch
show you
leads.
this as an example. This is a horse that won't switch leads, okay? Let's take a look at it here. This is a horse from Santa Anita back, and we're going to highlight it. Yellow silks, easy to see. So watch. See, the left leg is leading. The left leg is leading. The left, and look at the rider. Watch the rider. He's looking down.
See, he tried to switch in and then pop him out, and he just didn't want to switch.
And he finally switched there, but it's over. Look at the horse. Well, you can see the horse in second was on the right lead. Now we'll give you an example of a horse that was on the left lead, came out of the turn, and the rider made him switch. And if he didn't make him switch, he would never have won. Let's take a look at this. Okay, horse in the pink cap. Watch this. And then we're going to slow this one down afterwards so you get a better visual. This horse is in behind, right, Joe? He's on his left lead now. He's leading with his left front. And you can see him stay on that left lead, and the rider's going to make him jump over to the right lead.
Yeah, you could see right here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 10 strides he was on the wrong lead.
And that little skip on the front legs, it's very subtle. It's hard for the untrained eye to see, but what you can see is after that lead change, he starts pulling away again.
Yeah, exactly. Can we go ahead and roll this full speed? Now watch, look at the margin of victory here, okay? That is what's key in this win here, because the margin of victory is about a nose. If he didn't make that subtle lead change, he doesn't win. And what you'll see with horses, people go, well, oh, he got a second wind in the stretch. Yeah, he switched leads. It's that motion. I'm running with a suitcase, I'm getting really tired. Okay, I'm going to pick it over to my left hand and finish, walk into the ticket counter.
Yeah, well, they have them with wheels now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But there's one more. You can still win despite being on the wrong lead.
So this is the one I want to see, because this horse wins on the wrong lead. Let's take a look. Macho Music. This is in the Ocala Breeder Sales Sophomore Stakes on the front end. And Joe, there is a look at him. Joe, there's a look at him. Yeah. So Joe, on the wrong lead, and you've probably been in a situation where horses won on the wrong lead.
Oh yeah, and that's what we're not saying it can't be done. And he won in unbelievable fashion today. But I will note that we saw it already, or we didn't see it. But Javier Castellano, when that horse was down the stretch, he did try and make him switch leads. He pulled him in a little bit and tried to switch his weight out. He did not switch, and in that instance, when they're running like that, leave him alone. Just like he did a great job. He just kept riding, didn't try and switch it. It's when you feel like they have another gear and they don't want to switch, where you really want to try and get them to. But again, it's better after 2 times, if they don't, just leave them alone and let them go.
Because you're going to inhibit.
Oh, here we go. We're going to show it one more time.
Watch the rider here. He's riding like he just. See, right there.
Yeah.
He's trying to get him.
But he's got so much forward momentum. He's 6 clear. If he kept trying to do that, you know, you're going to inhibit the forward momentum. Aladar was one of the most famous. He won the Kentucky Derby on the wrong lead. Funny side won the Kentucky. So there are exceptions to every rule. They're few and far in between, but especially at the lower level, you want to see that lead change, and hopefully that explained it a little bit. It's so hard to explain to people that don't watch it every day, but seeing it in slow motion.
Honestly, you gave the best analogy. It's like the suitcase. Right. We know Mike can never do that. He would need wheels.
It has wheels. I don't need to. It just rolls along. It's so much easier.
But I think that's the best analogy I've heard about getting to switch leads, because it's so true. I mean, we've seen time and time again, once a horse does switch leads, it gives them an extra jolt at the end.
Yeah, and if they don't switch leads and get tired, their stride, literally on TV you can watch it, it becomes this big, and everybody else is blowing by them.
I'm not buying it. If you would have remembered your suitcase, you wouldn't be wearing your underwear on national television right now. Wow. Let's go check